Stay far away from that thing, Rinwell.
Seriously? Is this a joke?
If they rush you, you gotta jump for cover, okay?
Here, let me help.
Here goes. Blazing cascade!
I'm not good! Aim for the weak point!
Sweep now. There! And it's warp
Time to
time!
Orochi's Fury!
Here, let me
Here,
help.
thrust!
Crescent Moon!
Rising Falcon! Swallow Blade! Slash!
Tiger
Swallow
Blade!
Blade! Try harder!
I'll
Not
stop
still.
its charge!
Thanks,
Swallow
Kisara!
Blade!
Lunar Corruption!
Prepare to be sealed!
Gemini Aqua!
This one's
Orochi's
mine!
Fury!
By the let them march!
Is this it?
Come on, here, let me help.
Not done yet!
Alright! Now, where was I?
Orochi's Fury!
Now you see what I can do!
Firmament Treasure! Into the shadows! Arrow Squall!
Take this!
Flaming Meteor!
Orochi's Fury!
Piercing roll!
I'm impressed.
Nothing gets by me!
Try harder! My turn! Thanks!
This one's mine! Time to shine!
I'm not
Into
finished.
the fray!
Why'd you heal me?
To stop you dying?
Right.
Healing!
Thank you.
Tiger Blade!
Sorry.
You'll pay for that!
I'm ready to go!
Take this!
And just like that, I'm back in it. Start by holding the front line. No sooner said than done. Their arts were interrupted.
I still got some fight left in me. That does it!
Here goes!
Lightning condemned!
Ignite!
Tiger Blade! Healing Circle! Hey, that...
You're mine!
Hey, that...
Don't get in trouble again.
None shall escape my judgment! Here goes!
I let my guard down.
I'll bring you back from Death's Abyss!
Not done yet!
Dance in the wind! Air thrust! Healing circle!
Did you just heal me?
Yes. I need you, remember?
Right. Here I come! Now, while it's reeling!
Take it down!
Take this!
Wind astral
Orochi's
energy!
Fury!
First malevolence! Our magic is there!
Stay away from my
Freeze
friend!
Lancer!
Water snake
You're
blade!
mine! Swallow Blade!
Photon
It's
dance
over.
in the wind!
Take
Field!
this!
I can handle it.
Get on in there with the others! Firmament Treasure!
Not now, not ever!
Flaming Meteor! Crescent Moon! Here goes!
Orochi's Fury!
Octane Wonder!
Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
Firmament
Take
Treasure!
it! Try harder!
Ready to
My
go!
turn!
Arrow Squall! I'll heal you all!
Orochi's Fury!
Aw, too shy to come over? Here, let me help.
Try harder! It's on!
Wind
I'll
astral
give one for
energy! By the
Piercing roll!
Burn!
Annihilation! Here's the dance in the wind!
Orochi's Fury!
Photon flash!
Time to
No
shine!
further!
Here's the healing heart!
Any more of this and I'll burn out!
Anything in armor is over.
This should do it!
This
Here I
one's
come!
mine! Take
Orochi's
this! Lunar
Fury!
Tiger Blade! Now you see what I can do!
I never miss!
Lion
There you go! Don't let up!
Torn up!
Will this help?
Water snake, make it rain!
Kisara! Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone!
I'll heal you all!
Take this!
This one's mine!
Healing
It's
circle!
on!
Judgment spin!
Not today!
Glacial
Photon
spear!
flash!
Here's the
Evil!
side!
Here I come!
Freeze Lancer! Don't mind if I do!
My head's spinning just watching you!
Judgment
Swallow
Sword!
Blade!
In! Whirl!
Try harder! My turn!
Piercing roar!
Here I come! Orochi's Fury!
Shattering of
Lunar
Season!
Corruption!
Attack time!
They're not playing around!
Take this!
Judgment spin!
You may be strong, but I'll never back down!
Blazing
Here I
Cascade!
come! Now I can
Here it comes! Focus!
On your toes, everyone!
Far enough! Appreciate the help!
I'm giving you more of that medicine.
Will this
May a
help?
thousand gales
Take
tear
it!
you to shreds!
Here goes!
Healing
Now you
circle!
see what I can do!
I can't move!
I can only rely on myself.
Here comes falling sword! In the wind! Feel
Tiger blade!
If it's in the sky, it's mine! Healing circle!
I owe you one
Swallow
back.
blade!
Appreciate the help.
Resuscitation!
Slide! Strike!
Here's the
Lord.
water. Hear my call.
Spread!
Glacial Spear.
Pierce evil!
Here I come!
It's weakened!
This ends!
Lightning orb!
Orochi
Where
Fury!
that came from! Charge the
Tiger
lever!
blade!
Magic is down! Sweet now!
Take this! Swallow
I'll be
blade!
saving this one! None shall escape the enemy is
Swallow
going all
blade!
out! Tidal
Try harder! None!
You require a hand.
I'll bring you back from
Orochi
death
Fury!
to
This one's all mine!
that move.
Here I come! Here comes the big one!
No chance.
Lunar corruption!
Time to die.
Aqua! Searing
Justice
flame!
I'll bring you
We
back
got
from
This
death
one's
to
mine.
lightning condemned! Thunder Tiger blade!
Will this help? Lion Howl.
Not done yet!
Healing circle!
This one's mine.
Here I come!
Appreciate the help.
Swallow blade!
Denied.
Here I come! Rising Falcon!
Tiger blade. Lion
Here's a
Howl.
healing
You're
arm!
mine!
Firmament render! First aid!
Okay, here I go!
This one's mine! Arrow claw!
Ignite!
Tiger blade.
I'm almost impressed.
How praise coming from you.
I said almost. Don't get
Now
carried
you see
away.
what I can do. Take this.
Amazing.
Tiger blade.
Here's a healing arc! First aid! Lightning orb!
Take this.
Good attack!
Right, watch out!
Tiger blade. Back into the stop.
Lightning orb!
Hold nothing back!
Falling storm.
You're mine!
First aid! Here comes Dance in the
You
wind!
won't get away with that.
This one's
Here I
mine.
go! In here! Only
Not
getting
like
started.
this.
I'll be saving this one! Lightning! Downfall! Arrow
I'll bring you
claw!
back
One
from
more
death to
time! Resuscitation!
Here, let me help.
This should do it!
Pathetic.
Anything normal is all mine.
In here!
Now you see what I can do.
This'll come in handy!
Here I come!
Dance in the
Take
wind!
this!
Air thrust!
Take this.
One more time!
In a bind.
Light axe raging cascade!
Take this!
They're not playing around! It looks like you got this one covered!
Try harder! My turn! Swallow blade!
Art expert coming
You're
through!
mine!
Not on my watch!
Orochi Fury!
It's about to
This
strike!
one's all mine! Look sharp, everyone!
Air thrust!
I
Light
can't
astral
move!
energy! Hit! Raging cascades! Spread! Malevolent! Blah 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 magic! Freeze lancer!
It's go time. Now you see what I can do.
Ha! Here's another! Hit! Take that!
Take this.
Ha!
In a bind.
Raging cascades! Light astral energy! Swallow's flight! I can't feel anything.
Think we could take that one?
Well, if you're up for being the decoy.
No thanks. Let's turn back.
Right, here goes!
A freezing
Take
storm.
it! It's on!
Switch to offense!
If they rush you, you gotta jump for cover, okay? Here's a healing arc.
Take it! Aim for the weak
First
spot!
aid, Blazer.
Storm!
Azure Storm!
Tiger
Arrow
Blade!
Squall.
Rising Wyvern!
My head's spinning just watching you!
Let me help. Dance in the wind.
Here I
First
come.
aid.
Thanks, Shion.
Sleep now.
It's over!
Glacier
Right
Spear.
there.
Pierce the evil.
Rising Wyvern!
Crescent Moon!
Raging Freeze Lancer. Banana.
Their arcs were interrupted.
A charge like that could easily be fatal.
Just as well, I'm here to stop.
You're mine!
One hot lightning started. Thunder Blade.
Slide! Swallow Blade!
I never miss. Crescent Moon.
I let my guard
Not on
down.
my watch.
You'll pay for
I'll
that!
heal you all.
You're mine! It's on! Okay, here I go! You picked the wrong fight! Okay, here I go! Orochi Fury!
Glacier Spear. Pierce evil. Thunder Blade.
You're mine!
Freeze Lancer.
Swallow
Going
Blade!
in.
Try harder! Slash! Orochi Fury!
This one's
Lunar Flash.
mine.
Chinese
Take it.
Supernova.
Dazzling
Raging
Spin.
Cascade.
Now you see what I can do!
Take this!
Tiger Circle.
Appreciate the help.
Throbbing
Thunder
pain.
Field. Lunar
Orochi
Eruption.
Fury.
Raging Cascade.
Take this!
By the power of water. In here. Gemini Aqua.
Orochi Fury!
Dance in the wind.
Look sharp.
Sleep now.
It's on! Now, while it's reeling!
Take it down.
This one's mine.
It's work.
You're finished!
Whoa, hey.
Tiger
Blade.
Blade.
I'm ready. Ice Prison.
It's
Will
over!
this help? I never miss.
Here I come!
Here's a hero. First aid. Waterfall.
My turn!
In here.
Swallow Blade! Orochi Fury! Burn!
Tiger Blade.
Orochi Fury! Swallow Blade!
Purge Malevolence. Healing Storm. Waterfall. In here.
Okay, here I go!
More for the
Orochi
freezing
Fury!
storm.
Prepare to be seen!
The water
This one's mine.
Tornado.
One more.
Here, let me help.
How about
And
just like that, I'm back in it. Start by holding the front line. No sooner said than done.
Photon Lunar Corruption. Lunar Blast.
Here I come!
I'll heal you all.
Swallow Blade!
Piercing roll. Not like this.
Stay away from my
Don't
friend!
mind if I do.
Did you just heal me?
Yes, I need you, remember?
Right.
Ignite!
Arrow Squall.
Orochi Fury!
Lunar Corruption. Period.
Rising Red. On guard.
Gemini Aqua.
Where are you going? Look sharp.
That's it.
Over?
Glacier Spear. Pierce evil. Now.
Kisara! Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone.
Here, let me help.
Take this!
First
I owe
aid.
you one!
Raging
Orochi
Storm.
Fury!
Tiger Blade.
Smash you!
No further!
Photon Blast.
I'm impressed. Piercing roar.
Lunar Corruption.
So now you're getting
Blade.
serious?
Purge Malevolence.
Look
Arctic.
sharp.
Try harder! My turn! Slash!
Falling storm.
That
moves.
Here comes a big one! I can't move!
Thank you. You won't get away with that.
I'm ready to go.
Gemini Aqua.
Far enough.
Lightning. Downfall. Here's a healing arc. Raging Cascade.
Tiger Blade.
Lightning. In ready. Downfall.
Time to
Try
shine.
an instant. Here's a healing arc.
Guardian Field.
Raging Storm. More where that came from. No Celestial.
Swallow Blade!
Celestial. It's in the sky. It's mine. First aid.
Prepare to be sealed!
No
Swallow
will
Blade.
escape my
Eat this.
judgment.
On guard.
Orochi Fury!
Going
Can't get out of this!
Raging Star!
You're mine! Slash!
Tiger Blade!
Swallow
Here's a
Blade!
healing arc! Got it! Now our chance! Tiger Blade! Razor Cyclone! Spirit Flame!
I can carve through armor!
I'm out of ammo! It looks like we made a mess!
Now I can let loose. No escape!
Here it comes! Focus!
On your toes,
Bruised
everyone!
all over. Did you even notice?
I got carried away.
I'm not always going to be around to heal you, you know.
Why'd you heal me?
To stop you dying?
Ah, right. Now!
I've still got some fight left.
Ocean Fury!
Reload!
This isn't looking good. This should do it.
Healing Circle!
Okay, here I go.
From death to biz.
Swallow Blade! It's time.
Resuscitation!
Take this!
Lightning
Here I
Orb!
come.
Spirit Flame!
Swallow Blade!
Get in the
This
way!
is all mine. Burn in hell!
In here!
Tiger
Blade!
Blade!
This
Let's keep up
Can't
the
get out of
pressure!
this!
Here
Here I
goes!
go. Swallow Blade!
This one is almost in the bag.
Not done yet. Just falling back.
Then it's time for you to do what you do
Swallow
best.
Blade! Slash!
Crescent Moon!
I'm not done!
Ready to go! Here, let me help. First, this one's mine! Guardian Field! I'm ready to go!
Purge Malevolence by the power of waterfall. Sweep
So now you're getting serious?
Here, let me help.
Is this it?
Appreciate it. Help. Dazzling Spin! Piercing Crush!
Sorry.
How do you like being pounded into swat?
Not done yet.
Healing Circle.
Take this! Swallow Blade! Any more of this and I'll burn out.
Ready and ready! I hope this medicine works as promised.
Mega Ray.
Try harder! Slash!
Hear me. Raging
Now you
Storm.
see what I can do!
It's on!
Tunnel.
Burn in hell!
Art expert coming through. By the power of
Orochi
water.
Fury.
Thousand gales. Here you the try. Mega Ray.
It's over!
Dusty Nail. I'll heal you all.
That did it! Swallow Blade!
Healing Circle. Not on my watch.
I owe you one.
I'll bring you back.
Do they not teach you to say thank you in Dana? Not to a Renin, they don't.
Here I come!
It's about to strike.
Look sharp, everyone!
The waters of magic one's mine.
Try harder! My turn!
Tidal wave.
Here.
Here I come!
First aid. Lightning condensed.
Anything in armor is all mine!
Again.
Let's shot!
You're mine!
Annihilation. Mega ray. Annihilation.
Swallow Blade!
Slash.
Prepare to be seized!
Not like this!
It's on!
Slash. Do it. This ends now.
Consider yourself finished!
Does anyone else think this may be just a bit too tough for us?
That was quite the little adventure we went on.
We've reached our destination. Okay.
Seriously?
Well,
What the?
Looks like we get to sleep with a roof. Over our heads. Did you used to come here when you... You were younger, Kisara?
you bet. See the dent in that column? That's from when my mace slipped out of my hand one time, just after I joined the Guard. And that crack over there? That happened while I was practicing an art.
This is new information to me.
Through! You're mine! Slice! Ignite! Here I come! This one's gonna be tough! Swallow Blade! Take this! Rising Wyvern! Here I come! Take this! Here I come! Rising Wyvern! Stardust! You're finished! Great! Next! You're mine! Try harder! Take this! Rising Wyvern! I'll take you all on! Time to let it rip! Here I come! Slash! Swallow Blade! Try harder! This one's all mine! Orochi Fury! Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno! Fall back! Fire in the hole! You're mine! Rising Wyvern! Stardust! You picked the wrong fight! Damn it! Stardust! Luna Rondo! Lock me right! Here I come! You're mine! We're not finished! You're mine! Swallow Blade! Pain! Out come! Swallow blade!
Engage!
Lewis kick! Try harder! Slash! Loaded! Here I come! Strike! Slash!
Release!
You're my hit on!
Go to hell!
You picked the wrong fight! You're mine! Rise to try harder! My turn! Here I come! Rising attack! You're mine! Rising Wyvern! Stardust! Take this!
Fall back!
Stardust!
Engage!
Here I come! Stardust! Rising Falcon!
Engage!
Fire support!
Fall back! Mow him down!
You're mine! It's on! Swallow blade!
Abort! Mission!
Here I come! Rising Wyvern! Burn! Take this! Slash!
Way! Sighted! Magna Ray! Cyan Instant! Magna Ray! Go! Cyan Instant! I'm only getting started! There! Primed and ready! Here I go! Cyan Instant! Mega Ray! They've got me in their sights. Take it! You're mine! Searing Flame! Cyan Instant! It's over! Take it! Let's give it a whirl! Let's give it a whirl! Let's give it a whirl! Think again! Take it! I never miss! Sighted! Magna Ray! This is it! Magna Ray! It's over! How's this? Spear Sweep! Here I go! One more! One last one! A banana, let's go! Razor Cyclone! Puddle! Raging Cascade! Slow Flight! You got company! Huh. Take that! Take that! Huh. Raging Cascade! Spread! Light Astro Art Expert coming through! Bullseye! Not on my watch! Hit! One more! More where that came from! Razor Cyclone! Slow Flight! Here goes! Slow Flight! Huh. Here's another! Raging Cascade! Razor Cyclone! Slow Flight! Art Expert coming through! Hit! Take that! Here comes not on my watch! Huh. One more! Dance in the wind! Air thrust! Dance in the wind! Air thrust! Razor Cyclone! Raging Cascade! Spread! Hit! Take that! Here goes! Bullseye! Here goes! Bullseye! Dance in the wind! Puddle! Steel Force! Wind Astral Energy! Here goes! One last one! Wind Astral Energy! Steel Force! Huh. Go get him! The close one! Right back at ya! Huh. One more! Razor ready! Here goes! Bullseye! Huh. One more! One last one! Hit! Go get him! Not on my watch! Wind Astral Energy! Steel Force! Wind Astral Energy! Alright, it's showtime! Slow Flight! This will be a delicious piece of cake! Bullseye! Hit! One more! Razor Cyclone! Go get him! Slow Flight! Art Expert coming through! Huh, not in your dreams! Hit! Blah blah blah, that's spread! Wind Astral Energy! Shield, watch your back! One last one! Razor Cyclone! Alright, it's showtime! Slow Flight! Here goes! Bullseye! Slow Flight! Ow! Razor Cyclone! Ready! Razor Cyclone! Don't mind if I do! Huh. Take that! Steel Force! A banana, let's go! Slow Flight! Razor Cyclone! I'm on a roll! Art sealed! Huh. Take that! Hit! One more! Wind Astral Energy! Raging Cascade! Don't mind if I do! Raging Cascade!
It'll be a breeze. Get in, get out. Serpent Knuckle! Bet that shell's hiding something tasty. Savage roar! I'll end you! First strike! I'll tear you apart! I'll end you! Eat this! I'll end you! First strike! Whirlwind snap! Ready and ready! Now you see what I can do! Eat this! I'll tear you apart! Surfing knuckle! I'm on it! You're done! I'm on it! Savage roar! You're done! Surfing knuckle! They got me flanked! Eat this! Eat this! I'll tear you apart! Eat this! Whirlwind snap! I'll tear you apart! Anything in armor is all mine! I'll smash you! First strike! Whirlwind snap! I'll crush you! Ah! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw! First strike! I'm on it! Savage roar! I'm on it! Whirlwind snap! Coming! Eat this! You're done! Whirlwind snap! Eat this! Lost my focus! I'm on it! I'll end you! Eat this! You're done! Savage roar! First strike! I'm shattering the pieces! I'm knocking into next week! Savage roar! I'll run you through! I'm on it! I'm on it! Savage roar! You're done! First strike! I'll end you! Whirlwind snap! I'm on it! I'll run you through! Eat this! I'm just getting started! Savage roar! Eat this! Savage roar! Shattering the pieces! Attack time!
I'll do my best! Take this! Flaming meteor! Going in! I'm gone! I'll take out the legs with my shield! Tiger blade! Ah! Leave the chargers to me! Far enough! This one's mine! Flaming meteor! I'm done. I won't fight just for the sake of it. Out of my way! Going in! One more! Look sharp! Flaming meteor! Huh, that's it! Tiger blade! Look sharp! Take this! Tiger blade! Look sharp! That's it! Flaming meteor! Tiger blade! Going in! Look sharp! Flaming meteor! Tiger blade! Ready to go! Look sharp! No chance! Denied! This one's mine! Dazzling spin! Flaming meteor! Tiger blade! I'm gone! That's it! Tiger blade! Right here! I got you! Look sharp! Flaming meteor! Tiger blade! One more! Ugh. Look sharp! Look sharp! That's it! I'm ready! No chance! Far enough! This one's mine! Tiger blade! shot! This one's mine! Take this! Flaming meteor! Dazzling spin! I'll take you all on! Ha! Flare Demolisher! Look sharp! Flaming meteor! Tiger blade! Going in! Flaming meteor! Tiger blade! One more! No chance! This one's mine! Look sharp! Take nothing gets by me! No chance! Denied! On guard! Dazzling spin! Flaming meteor! Tiger blade! Take this! This one's mine! Going in! This one's mine! Tiger blade! One more! Got you! On guard! Tiger blade! Take this! Ready to go! Far enough! On guard! One more! Tiger blade! Flaming meteor! On guard! That's it! Going in! Tiger blade! One more! No chance! You're open! Look sharp! Tiger blade! Dazzling spin! Going in! One more! Look sharp! Tiger blade! One more! Flaming meteor! I'm hurt bad! On guard! Tiger blade! Dazzling spin! Plenty left! I can handle it! Tiger blade! Far enough! This one's mine! Dazzling spin! Take this! Tiger blade! On guard! Take this! Tiger blade! Flaming meteor! Dazzling spin! This one...
I wonder what we'll find out there this time.
Most likely Zeugles, I would reckon.
I mean, other than them.
Mahagsar. That makes 4 out of the 5 realms that I've visited now.
I wonder what kind of lord we're gonna find there.
It doesn't matter. If they try to get in our way, we'll take them down and that'll be that.
I'll do my best!
I'm not done!
Take this!
Chinese supernova! Purge malevolence! Now! Frinwell! Frozen!
Hammer!
Nicely done!
Now! You're mine!
All thanks to you!
Rising Wyvern!
Frinwell!
Frozen!
Hammer! Wow! Look what I just found.
Forgive you!
Take this!
Permanent Splendor!
Orochi's Fury!
Dazzling spin!
Swallow! Demon Fang! Take this!
Make it rain! I'll stop your movement!
And I'll stop your life!
Water!
Hear my call!
Non-kill!
Waterfall!
Double Demon Fang! Okay!
Flame of Fury!
Double Demon Fang! Enough done! It's over!
We won that by a mile! Hoo hoo. Hoo! Hoo hoo hoo. Look, Hoodle. One of your buddies.
A fish!
I didn't realize there was a pond here.
Yeah, this is Taka Pond. And it happened to have saved my life once upon a time.
What do you mean?
As a kid, I survived life under the past lords by escaping here when I needed to. It's terrible to swim in, but great for catching a bite for dinner away from Ren and eyes.
Bear in mind, our rations back then weren't enough to live off of. You had to take matters into your own hands if you wanted enough food to survive.
But how did you catch them? With your bare hands?
That might take a while. Fish are prone to swim away at the first sign of trouble.
I'd put bait or a lure on a line and use it with a fishing rod.
You must not be familiar with fishing if this sounds new to you. Here, let me show you how it's done.
I hope we catch something decent.
Indeed. Hungry bellies are counting on this. Reel it in. She's got a good size to her, all told.
That flapper was a true fighter.
I've got something. Anybody could reel in that.
Nice! You caught it!
And that's all there is to it.
Wow. It seems like you need to have good reflexes to catch anything. I don't know if it's really for me. Kisara? I think I've seen enough.
Oh, sorry. I guess I'm just in my own little world when I go fishing.
Looks like we're going to be here for a while.
That's how fishing goes. You wait for a bite, and then the real battle begins. Miguel told me that different fish live in different regions, and you have to pick the right rod and lure for what you're hoping to catch.
But that doesn't change the fact it's a giant time sink.
Of course, each fish has its own unique flavor, too. And some of them are supposed to be extremely delicious.
When you put it like that, maybe it's worth me trying my hand at fishing after all.
You're just in it for the food.
I was hoping we'd get to fish during our travels. And it just so happens I made sure to grab my brother's old rod before I left Vicente. So, if you ever feel like fishing when we've got a little downtime, just let me know.
Good to hear. Thanks for showing us. Okay!
I'm always amazed. What healing arts can do.
Hey. Is it just me? Or have those two barely spoken a single word to one another?
I know, right? But after everything that happened with Miguel, is it really any wonder?
Kinda puts a damper on the whole journey though, huh? How long do you think they're gonna keep this up?
If it bothers you that much, why don't you ask them?
Why do I have to ask?
How come you walk together like that?
She really doesn't beat around the bush.
You mean Kisara and myself?
You hadn't noticed? You've been practically joined at the hip ever since we left Vicente.
I guess it's force of habit, most likely. I was always ready to protect him, should the need arise. It sort of came with the job description.
Right. From being in the Elder Menancia Guard. Although, Dohalim's pretty capable of defending himself, isn't he?
Having guards doesn't necessarily mean the one being guarded is weak. No one's perfect all the time.
Even so, it's not like they're entirely wrong, Kisara. You're no longer in my employ, after all.
I don't know. I mean, if it's what she's used to and you're both comfortable with it, then who are we to judge?
But she doesn't serve him anymore. It isn't normal for her to keep following him around like she still does.
You know, she's probably right. And a lot has changed over the last few days. I guess it wouldn't hurt to rethink our relationship in light of the new circumstances. Perhaps I'll give it some thought after all. Does that sound all right by you?
Of course.
You might want to stop asking his permission for every little thing while you're at it.
Sorry. It's not that easy, shaking off old habits. I'll probably need a little time to get fully used to it. I've noticed that sometimes we come across enemies who fight like you, and try to dodge our attacks at the last second.
I hate those guys. I can get some hits in when they move into attack, but otherwise they slip past damn near everything else I throw at them.
If what you're seeking is a way to more reliably hit them, there is a solution.
Try to outclass them on reflexes?
I possess the ability to command Earth elemental beings to some extent. They emerge as the land itself and take root on my command. They will swiftly bind the enemies, at which point you can dispatch them.
Huh?
What he means is that he can make plants grow to hold the enemies in place. At least I think that's probably what he's saying.
I'm glad at least one of us understands him. So basically, if we find an enemy that likes to dodge, we should let Dohalim handle it.
I shall do what I can within my modest means to help.
I'm impressed how well... balanced this thing is.
Why are you looking at me like that?
That armor you wear is standard issue for the Menancian Guard, right?
Originally, I've added some flair to it in a lot of places.
I noticed, especially with that open back.
We guardsmen pride ourselves on never showing our back to our enemies. It's my way of making myself live up to that. Plus, it makes it that much lighter and easier to maintain.
Dohalim, do you have anything to say about this?
Every guardsman is allowed to wear their armor as they see fit.
And you, La?
Huh? Why are you asking me?
Kisara, let's talk for a bit.
Sorry for rambling on so much about my past earlier.
Don't sweat it. It was fun hearing you reminisce about the good old days.
Come on, you don't have to pretend with me. I know I can tend to go on sometimes, when it comes to my brother.
You said it, not me. Anyway, I don't think it's something for you to be embarrassed about.
Hey, Alphen. When you were a kid, was there ever a time when you had to bury someone younger than you?
Well, it's hard to say. I'm guessing that you have, though.
Yeah. During the previous crown contest, with the Lord before Dohalim. Life back then was truly hell. I think that's why I tried to ignore what Miguel was telling me for so long. Because I was afraid of going back to such a dark time. Of losing hope. I wanted to believe in our paradise so much that I doubted the one person I should have trusted most. I don't blame Dohalim for that. I simply didn't want to face facts. And I ended up trying to project my ideals onto everyone else.
It's strange. Whenever you and Dohalim talk about Menancia, it's always like it's some big failure. We're talking about fixing 300 years worth of damage here. Isn't it a bit optimistic to think it was all going to be resolved after only 5?
You might be right. Maybe it was a mistake when Menancia... No, when I decided to stop seeing the darkness in our society. I have to admit the truth. To myself, first of all. See you tomorrow. Before we go, do you guys have everything?
Something feels odd here. Be on your guard.
I just noticed none of you other Danans have spirit cores. Why is that?
Both of my parents were part of the resistance in Calaglia. In fact, my birth was kept a secret from the Renans.
Mine too. We always lived in hiding, so I never had a spirit core embedded in me like I was supposed to.
What about you, Alphen? You were a slave in Calaglia before all this, weren't you?
To be completely honest, I'm not sure why I don't have one. All the other Danan slaves around me did. I was the only exception. They tended to keep their distance from me to avoid attracting any attention from the soldiers, because of my mask and all. What about you, Kisara? Do you still have your spirit core?
No. I was able to find a good Renan doctor who's sympathetic to our kind, and had them remove it before I left. They did such a great job, the procedure didn't even leave a scar.
One of the benefits of coexistence, huh?
I know that once the spirit vessel was shut down, there wasn't much need for me to hurry. But still, I didn't like having that mark of servitude lingering on me any longer than I had to. It may sound a little strange to hear me say this, but I'm just me now. Not a guardsman or a slave. I'm my own woman. And this is my chance to have a new beginning.
This sure is one rugged road. You'd think they'd keep this at least a little better maintained, right?
Why spend energy fixing that which is rarely used? Repairs require time and effort, which in our world means slaves, often in great numbers. For you, it may be a simple request, but that can quickly become another's difficult burden. Nobody gains anything without someone expending effort.
And you know, somehow that someone always ends up being a Danan, while the Renans are the ones who gain.
True enough. Ideally, in a perfect world, I think it's only fair that the ones who need it should be the ones to perform the work.
However, when doing so could be dangerous like it is here, there are many who would prefer that it be others who risk their lives in their stead.
So, what you're saying is that people will just put up with the inconvenience until someone else comes along to fix it for them?
Indeed. And it is those who can no longer bear that feeling that inevitably take action. Much like the Danans in our group do so now. As strange as it may be to hear such a thing from the likes of myself.
It's true that most of the Danans in Calaglia have been resigned to just accepting things as they are. Still, we can't just blame them for...
What are you making that face for? You're not worn out already, are you?
Nah, just regretting I ever said anything in the first place.
Good with airborne cargo. It's over.
Here!
Pesky airborne scoundrel.
Sounds like a job for yours truly.
Do you require a hand?
I'm only getting serious. Our expert coming through. Toxicity. Raging cascade. One more. Let the mark now handle this. Get on here with the others. It's good. Blah blah blah. Spear sweep. In here. Here I blazer.
Where
are you going? You're mine.
Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone!
Did it!
Yeah! Nice technique!
In here with lasers. I'll
You're
do
all
this now.
I'm not done!
It's over. Astral energy. Full throttle.
I know fine weapon material when I see it.
All right. There's nowhere to run from my arms.
When he slows down, that's our chance! Swallow blade!
It's like trying to keep up with a wolf.
In a bind, shield and
Here I come! Slash! Rising one!
Healing arm.
pain.
Switch target.
Stardust!
Divine streak.
Can't get out of this!
Lunar corruption.
Here I come! Rising Rider! Stardust! Here I come! I'm not done!
Piercing roll. Magic.
Now we're not... Take this!
I'll be saving this.
Here I come! Swallow blade! Infernal torrent! No escape! Double demon fang! Take this!
It's time!
You're mine! Slash! Double demon fang!
Can't get out of this!
You're mine! Swallow blade!
Make it rain.
Strike! Double demon fang!
I'm gone!
Got some interesting moves there, Dohalim. I'm glad you're on our side.
I'm simply glad to hear that I can make myself useful to you all. Huh?
What's wrong?
We seem to have come across some rather unusual objects.
What, you mean that pile of garbage?
No mere garbage, I assure you. Still, I've never seen anything shaped like it before. I'm intrigued.
Are you curious about this stuff, Rinwell?
Yeah. I think he might have found some old Danon relics. They look like the remains of a bunch of objects that disappeared after the Renans first invaded.
And yet here I am, holding them without so much as a second thought. I imagine the sight must be unsettling to you.
Not really, just that it must be nice to be a Renan who has time to indulge in stuff like that, unlike the rest of us.
Are you interested in this stuff too, Dohalim?
Charmed may be a better turn of phrase. I simply love objects that can give me a sense of what their maker was thinking, the history that went into their creation. You see, we Renans have hardly any such objects that trace back to our distant past.
I still don't understand what you two find so intriguing about it, though.
Why not? We're talking about our own culture here.
I get that, but it's not like this stuff is any use now, does it? It's just old. Real old.
Oh, but it does. Holding it in your hands like this, one can feel and engage with the distant past in a way no history book can ever accomplish.
I'll take your word for it. Well, seeing as it's Danon history, just make sure you're careful with it. All right, Dohalim?
But of course. treasure. What a sweet-sounding ring it has.
You really think so?
Visibility along this path will remain limited for some time. Take care not to get ambushed.
I'm surprised you know the terrain here so well. Lords don't strike me as having much time for wandering in the woods.
Sometimes I would take strolls along here when I wished to be alone.
You always did have a bad habit of disappearing without telling any of us guardsmen. I'll do my best!
Here I come!
Take this!
Come and face me! Here I come! No escape! Rising Falcon! Take this! Double Demon Fang!
Going in! Blind freak!
Leave the enemy cards to me!
See ya!
There's no complaints here!
Take this! Lightning Thrust!
In here! Water! Here!
Dragon
Here!
Form!
The other!
Slap the
Glacial
shot!
Steel! Here's evil! More with that!
Denied!
I never miss!
Knocked up!
Waterfall!
It's over!
I can carve through walls!
Make it rain! Go for it!
Prepare to crumble!
Think we overdid
My
it?
turn! Flash!
Not by a long
Be
shot!
still!
Thunder
Stardust!
Switch to offense! I'll take you all on! Ha! Flare Demolisher!
Take it!
Lightning Thrust! It's on!
Storm! Freeze Lancer!
Leave the ensnaring to me.
Yeah! And tumbling to me!
Not in your dreams! Here's a healing
You're
arm!
mine! Lightning
And
Thrust!
just like that, I'm back in it!
In an instant! Impact Block!
Searing Flame!
My turn! Rising Falcon!
I need to be stronger.
Out of our way! Vanquish darkness!
Rising Wyvern!
Mega Ray! Saiyan Instant!
Spear!
Divine Strength!
Dragon Form!
Airborne Beast! My specialty. Here I... Glacial Steel! Here's evil!
Got fire!
Let him mark well!
Demons descend! Flashing Fang! You're open!
Sword Rain Alpha!
Going in!
Raining Slash!
Flaming Meteor!
You're mine! Rising Wyvern! It's on! Finish it!
Demons descend! Flashing Fang! You're open! Crescent Moon!
Tempest Swirl! I never miss! Now!
Rising Wyvern!
I feel stronger. I mean, a bit.
Good. We're counting on you, Rinwell.
On me? Well, I'll do my best. It's so hilly around here. I can feel my feet getting blisters.
That's mountain hiking for you. It can be pretty tough if you're not used to these sorts of trails.
I take it you're comfortable with them then?
Oh yeah. We used to run up and down these slopes all the time for our training exercises.
Damn. You weren't messing around.
Seriously? Is this a joke?
You picked the wrong fight!
Confiscated!
Take this!
I'll smash you!
Tiger Blade!
Double Demon Fang!
Here's the
Do it! Get behind me!
Doubly! In an instant! Impact Block!
Here's a healing arm!
Take this!
Take this! Now!
The enemy heals us too.
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
See you continue on. Something you wanted to say? Here goes! Air thrust!
I feel sprightlier than before.
Like moth to the flame.
I'm not done! This one's all mine! Take this!
Here's the rock!
Dragon Form! Plasma Shock!
Magic is in!
Astral Art?
That's my shield!
All yours, Kisara.
My turn! Here I
Shattering bolt! Pieces! Attack!
Starter!
Watch him, sweet! I'm going!
Be still!
Here, let me help!
Lunaranga! Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno! My turn! Take this!
Look sharp!
Rising Falcon! Stardust!
Healing circle! Wind astral energy!
Here I go! I'm not done!
Did you just heal me?
Yeah,
Ignite!
I need you, remember?
Now!
Right.
Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone!
Barely a blip on our radar.
I won't forgive you!
Damn it!
This one's mine!
Take this! No further!
Here I come! Swallow Blade!
Far enough!
Hear me! Flame of fury!
Lightning Block!
Water!
Rising Falcon! Strike!
Where are you going?
escape!
Not in your dreams!
Be still! It's on! Stardust! You picked the wrong fight!
This one's mine!
Stardust! Rising
Make it rain!
Shield! Go for it!
Prepare to crumble!
Think we overdid it?
Take this! Not by a long shot!
Rising Falcon!
Do it!
Law! I'll stop your movement!
And I'll stop your life!
I'll do
Now!
the wall!
You're
Safely
mine!
darkness!
Stardust!
I'm gone!
Lunaranga! I owe you...
I'll take you all on! Ha! Flare the Malisa!
Remo!
Astral energy!
Say no more! My turn!
By the thousand nails! Carry
I'm
it
gone!
on! I'm all stuffed up!
Stardust!
Gusty nails!
Hurricane
Make it
Strike!
rain!
Kisara! Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone!
Hey, I'm pretty lucky.
I found some equipment.
Let me take a look at it.
More Dahnan ruins here too, I see.
What were people even thinking back then? Trying to build anything around here.
Maybe they just had that much time and energy on their hands.
Out of our way!
Here I come!
Rising Falcon!
Stardust!
This one's mine!
Piercing
You're
roar!
mine! Eat this! I'm not done! Stardust!
Tiger Blade!
Rising Falcon! Double Demon Fang!
Piercing roar! You're mine! Can't get out of this!
Here I come! Trouble Blade! Double Demon Fang!
Now! Shield! Go for it!
Prepare to crumble! Make it ready!
Astral energy!
Say no more!
The heavens must be smiling.
Out of my way!
Take this!
I never miss!
You're finished!
Time to shine!
I'm not done!
Here's a
Double
healing
Demon
arm!
Fang!
Air
Dragon Form!
Air
This
drop!
one's all mine!
Raging
Make it rain!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
Well then, I should probably think about tonight's menu.
I sure have built up a sweat with this hike.
Rest assured, we have reached the top. It's all downhill from here, quite literally.
So Mahag Sar's just up ahead then?
Indeed. If you...
I won't forgive you!
Here I come! Double Demon
Mind if I
Fang!
do?
Be still!
Stardust!
Going in! You think this moving? Here goes! Blaze your blast!
Burn it out!
Waterfall!
You're mine! Double Demon Fang!
I can carve through armor!
Now!
Looking good out there.
Just getting started!
That's the spirit. Take no prisoners.
You're most comfortable at a range, aren't you?
I'm not really built for close quarters combat.
Nor am I. Don't worry, I'll help you keep a white glove.
This one's mine! Make it rain!
Kisara! Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone!
Did it!
Yeah! Nice technique!
Tear! Hurricane Thrust! You're finished!
Lightning raging cascade!
Take this!
Hard
Kick!
Eternal devastation! Now!
Law! I'll stop your movement.
And I'll stop your run!
What's this place here? Some kind of old house?
I don't know about that.
That's far enough.
You're mine!
In the wind! Mega ray!
Eternal devastation! This one's all mine!
Pieces!
This one's mine! Ground and pound! Do it! This one!
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade! I'll take you all off! Luna Rondo!
Make it rain!
Okay, look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade! Take this! Stardust! Hurricane
Do it!
Thrust!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
I need to be stronger.
I won't forgive you!
In a bind?
No escape! Eternal devastation! Eternal devastation! This one's all mine! Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno! My turn! Double Demon Fang! Eternal devastation!
Make it rain!
Lock!
Crushing bang!
You're quite the gunslinger.
I have to be, in this world.
Don't worry, I've got your back.
Out of our way!
You're mine!
Burning, don't mind if I do!
Let's go!
Here's one blow!
Burn!
It's
too much!
Light astral energy! If it's in the sky,
No
it's
escape!
mine! Birthday!
Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
Astral energy!
Say no more! Shot!
Well done!
This one's mine!
The earth throbs in pain.
Dungeon spin!
Healing circle!
Thanks. Why'd you heal me?
I feel sprightlier than before.
Looks like some... solid equipment.
Take this!
No escape! Crush! It's on!
Do it! Go, Halim!
All yours, Kisara!
Now! Here I come!
Thunder field!
Eternal Devastation! Swallow Blade! Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone!
Did it!
Yeah!
Thousand
Nice
kills.
technique!
Rising Falcon!
Now!
River!
Astral energy!
Say no more!
Nicely done.
This will be a delicious piece of cake! Water!
Easter!
Photon! Raging Head! Cannot bypass! This one's mine!
Escape!
Raging Storm! Banana, let's go!
Here I come! Slash!
Make it rain! Shion!
Go for it!
Prepare to crumble!
Think we overdid it?
My turn! You're mine!
Not by a long shot.
Soaring Light
Raging
Spear!
Storm! handles
Double Demon!
Don't worry, I've got plenty to go around.
Strike!
Vanquish darkness! Where are you going?
Going in!
Here I come!
One more!
Another blade!
Throbs in pain.
Rise to the top!
Do it! Shion!
Go for it!
Prepare to crumble!
Not a chance! Soaring Light Spear! Rising Falcon!
Pierce the
Take
zone!
this!
Here goes!
Warrior Howl!
Crush!
Charge
Refill!
Magic is in! Freeze Lancer!
I'm not done!
Do it! Tiger Blade!
Shion! Astral energy! Full throttle!
Like we're gonna lose to small fry.
Yeah!
No choice! Ignite!
Ranger! Pierce the evil!
You're mine! Double
In
Demon
the
Time!
sky, it's mine!
Crush! No escape!
I never miss!
Take this!
Do it! Let's Shion!
Go for it!
Prepare to crumble!
Think we overdid it?
Hurricane
Not by a
Blast!
long shot.
Rising
Cannon!
Falcon!
Flame of
No
fury!
escape!
Burning strike!
It's over! Rising Falcon!
This one's
I'm not
mine!
done!
Water! Here
I'll crash you!
Now!
All yours, Kisara!
Now come one, come on!
Going in.
That's it!
Healing circle! Now!
Appreciate the help! Ring left! Light burst forward!
Radiant Genesis!
I've been doing really great lately. You want me? Come get me!
Not today!
Where are you going?
Look sharp!
Not in your dreams!
Take this!
Turn
Run!
away!
Run! Take this! Eternal Freedom Fang! Eternal Devastation! Swallow Blade! Eternal Devastation!
Take this!
You've got pretty impressive aim there. Thought of picking up the rifle yourself? Nah, this is more my
Not
style.
today! You're mine!
Where are you going?
I'm not done! Swallow Blade! Double Demon Fang!
Lightning!
You're mine!
Burning!
This one's all mine!
Make it break! Frozen!
Hammer!
With this, I can become even stronger.
Through these lands most verdant green, my eyes alight.
Still thinking about how to act around Dohalim?
That obvious, huh? Except I don't think I'll be changing much after all. Don't get me wrong, I'm not going to stay his servant. However, I am going to treat him like a fellow comrade, the same way I would with you or anyone else. For as long as I can remember, I've spent my life protecting others. But isn't that what friends do too? Support and protect one another in times of need?
Which in the end pretty much means doing as you've always done, right? If that's what you're most comfortable with, I'm certainly not going to give you any grief over it.
Actually, I've been thinking about how I ought to act around you all as well.
Oh?
When I set out on this journey, it was to rid Eldaman of its enemies, and search for wisdom in the outside world. Wisdom that I could potentially put to use on my return. I'm grateful to you all for letting me tag along. But it got me thinking, what am I actually contributing by being here?
What are you talking about? You know how to hold a weapon, don't you? That's help enough.
Is it though? Sometimes I wish there was more I could be doing to pull my...
Oops, sorry about that. Jeez, I'm famished.
Now that you mention it, what do you guys normally do for food and meals when you're out and about on your travels?
What do you mean, what do we do? We find stuff to eat and eat it. So long as it's meat, I'm not fussy.
Eating what you like can be good for morale in the short term, but you need to think about your diet if you want to stay healthy.
Does that mean eating vegetables too?
Isn't that obvious?
It does, which I guess hasn't been happening up till now.
Yeah, to be honest, we could be eating better than we do.
Understood. In that case, I'll just have to make sure you're all staying healthy and eating right myself. Fortunately, I happen to know a thing or two about cooking as well.
You hear that, Law? Sounds like you'll be eating your greens after all.
What is it?
No, sorry, it's just... I was just wondering if you had any thoughts on all this.
It will do her good to have a project.
No, not Kisara. I meant you. Was there anything you wanted to add?
Me? Certainly you're not looking to me for culinary skill, I hope.
Typical Renan, leaving everything to someone else.
Rinwell, I don't think...
That said, should you need my skills on the battlefield, please rest assured I have no intention of shirking my responsibilities, regardless of who we may face.
I'm sure no one doubts that. Listen, guys, if we're traveling together, we should probably at least try to make an effort to get to know one another, don't you think?
I wouldn't get your expectations too high in that regard. Believe it or not, sometimes I'm not sure I even know myself all that well.
Something wrong? You look like you're deep in thought.
Not exactly. I was merely thinking about you two and your sense of etiquette.
Oh?
Etiquette?
Indeed. To be quite frank, I find your lack of manners to be nigh intolerable.
That's not being frank, that's being and forget it. Do we really need to talk about this now?
Yes. I find such impropriety on your parts to be deeply unsettling. It concerns me greatly.
What do you want us to do? We were slaves. We never got to learn how to be proper like you.
Yeah, what he said. Maybe you missed how we were just focused on surviving.
Perhaps, but Kisara here demonstrates that it's quite possible for a Denon to learn proper manners.
That's because I was given the opportunity to learn. Moreover, my duties as a guardsman required it. Not every realm is like Menancia, as you well know.
Yeah, I don't think it's fair to hold us to some other city standards.
Exactly. You've got to remember what it's been like for us living under the Rena elsewhere.
I will concede that you do indeed make a valid point. It would appear, for all my espousing the virtues of equality between our peoples, I was still looking down on the two of you.
You don't need to beat yourself up. I wasn't that offended by what you said, man.
Nevertheless, I shall mind my words from here on out. Having said that, I do believe you two would still benefit from learning the basics of proper society. I would be more than happy to teach you both when we camp out, if you like.
Yeah, no, I'll pass. Acting all prim and proper isn't really my style.
If you say so. How about you, Law? Would you like to learn? Although I suppose my first task is to reform your attitude toward the idea of good etiquette.
You're not gonna let this go, are you?
What's that big tower over there?
I think the animals back at the ranch should be all grown up by now.
I always love the sound of hammers banging away. Better rest easy and prepare for tomorrow.
Dohalim, your spare bracers were getting dirty, so I polished them up along with the rest of your equipment.
Why, thank you, Kisara. I greatly appreciate that.
Maybe it's just my imagination, but you sure seem to fuss over Dohalim a whole lot, Kisara.
It is a little strange. Almost like you're still in his service.
Really? That's certainly not my intention. Besides, he's not the only one I'm like that with. Hey, Law, I saw your clothes were starting to get holes in them, so I stitched them back up for you.
Oh, wow! Thanks, Kisara.
Point taken. Do you just like looking after people?
I wouldn't go so far as to say I like it, but I get anxious if I don't. I'd always like to help if I can. It comes naturally to me. Back in the day, Miguel and I used to look after the younger kids a lot, so that's probably where it comes from. He taught me everything I know, and I mean everything. How to cook with wild plants, how to sew clothes so they'll last. Without him, we never would have been able to survive.
However, you're not a lord anymore, Dohalim. You need to get used to the idea that people aren't just going to wait on you hand and foot.
Yes, you're absolutely right. I'm ashamed to admit that I felt no qualms about her doing all that for me. As both a Renan and especially as a lord, one becomes too accustomed to those beneath you tending to your every need, both Renans and Danans alike.
Sure, that's how all you Renans are probably raised. But just to be clear, we're not your servants, Dohalim. Got that?
Absolutely. Moments such as this provide me with ample opportunity to confront my unease. It is difficult to tend with my own motivations.
What do you mean?
The truth of the matter is that my espousal of coexistence in Menancia hardly came from an idealistic place. That instinctive unease I feel deep within serves as a reminder for what it is that all of us here fight for.
Don't be so hard on yourself. No one's going to abandon you if you aren't always perfect.
Looking at her now, I think she's more like his mom than his servant. Hell yeah! There's no way you...
Dohalim, care if I hang out for a while? You worried about what's going on with Menancia?
What makes you think that?
Well, you were speaking to Kisara earlier, weren't you?
It's rude to listen in on others, you know.
Sorry. I didn't hear what you two were actually talking about, though. I just figured it was Menancia since it was the two of you.
I am but a former lord who has abandoned his post. I'm no longer in a position to lead the realm in any capacity whatsoever. Yet Kisara still seeks out my opinions, knowing full well that is the case. This despite the fact I am no longer her master either.
Couldn't it be precisely because you're not her master anymore? It's natural for friends to want to hear each other's opinions.
I hadn't considered that possibility.
It's funny what you miss sometimes.
Hardly uncommon among artistic types such as myself. When lordships are decided based solely on one's astral energy, it can lead to funny results.
But even so, you still took your job as lord seriously, didn't you?
Certainly. I learned to perform my functions. However, I was less interested in ruling, so much as avoiding life and death decisions. Of course, such a mentality in the end led only to sickening pain and death taking place elsewhere out of sight. I pretended not to see or hear any of it, content to let our supposed peace and equality keep me blind and deaf to reality. I was a fool.
But you're making amends.
I would like to think so. The path ahead is dark, yet I still walk on. I merely pray that I shan't fall down any holes along the way. We'd best get ready for tomorrow. Shall we get moving?
Not this way, I guess. Hey,
Let's stop for a minute.
What's up? You already tired?
My armor's pretty heavy. I think I need a little rest.
I second that. All of this walking is starting to take its toll on me as well.
What? You don't look it.
We can't spare the time. There's places we need to be. Mahag Saar's capital, Niez, is our destination right now.
But if one of us collapses, it will only serve to slow us down. And in your case, Alphen is the only one who could carry you. Best to rest while you have the opportunity.
Enough already! I need a break, so we're taking one.
I don't need you fretting over me.
Fretting? Hey, it's not like I'm...
Been looking for you.
For me? Why?
He's tough.
Who are you? Said you were looking for me. Why?
Beautiful, precious life.
What the...
That is all I desire.
Then why are we fighting? Who even are you? Take this!
Burning strike!
You're mine!
Radiant piercing
Take
bolt!
this! Who the hell are you? Bastard!
This guy's not normal!
His speed is unbelievable.
You mean he even surpasses a lord?
Let's get you out of
You're
here!
mine! Swallow blade!
Is this in the sky?
Tiger blade!
Laser spear!
Piercing bolt! Air thrust!
Take this! Double
Let's
D!
go! This one's mine!
Take this.
Mega ray!
Don't leave me all alone
Enjoy.
here. Far enough!
Entertain me.
An outstanding effect.
Resuscitation! Let's condemn!
Will this help?
Not done
This
yet!
one's mine!
You escape!
Take this.
I owe you one of that.
Enjoy.
Freezing storm! Rage
Here.
ice falling storm!
I can carve through armor!
I'm ready
Now see that you don't get in trouble again.
Now where was I?
Swallow Book can't get out of this!
You're mine! It's on!
Die.
Healing circle! Here goes!
Is that all that you've got? Very well. Then die. A wretch like you? Till next time.
Shion, wake up, please!
Alphen?
Shion!
Thanks, but you're kinda crushing me.
Sorry.
It's okay. And so am I. It's not as bad as it looks.
Not bad. That's... Shion, we thought
I'm
you were...
fine. Really.
What the hell were you thinking?
Well, you were trying to protect me too, you know.
Yeah, but I have the sword. It's different.
It's not different. Besides, Never mind. It's nothing. Anyway, thank you.
But I didn't... Look, I'm just glad that you're...
Alphen?
Sorry.
That guy said he'd be back. I think maybe we should get moving before he returns, right?
Rinwell has a good point. We need to go. Shion, are you sure you're okay?
Shion, are you sure you're okay?
Yeah, I already applied some healing arts to it. It didn't even leave a scar.
But his sword went nearly straight through you.
I'm all right. Unless I've turned into some kind of ghost and I'm haunting you all right now.
No, I know you're not. It's just...
Look, I appreciate you looking out for me, but I'm fine. Really.
There was also that strange light that appeared when Shion was stabbed. It seemed to make the enemy retreat when he saw it. Alphen, do you have any idea what it might have been?
A light? I don't know. I was kind of preoccupied with other things at the time.
Now that I think of it, between that light and the blazing sword, just what sort of person are you, Alphen? Can you use Dahnan astral arts like Rinwell, perhaps?
He wouldn't know, Dohalim. He doesn't have any memories from his past, remember? Besides, we should really be getting out of here.
I suppose you're right. Forgive me. We've almost reached Nias, the capital of Mahag Sar. With any luck, we'll find a place there for Shion to rest. Hey.
How are you holding up after that last fight? You're not too hurt, are you?
I'm fine, really. See for yourself.
If things get too tough out there, go ahead and fall back. I can take a beating if I need to.
I'm not here just to stand around and have everyone protect me.
I get that, but there's nothing wrong with admitting you have weaknesses too.
Do I look like I'm just trying to put on a brave face to you?
I can't feel pain, but you still can, can't you?
Look, I appreciate you're trying to look out for me, but even you go down in fights from time to time. Please, stop trying to babysit me. It's getting old.
It's not that. I just...
Are we in the right place? This place looks like a mess.
Yes, this is Niez, the capital of Mahag Saar.
I don't see any signs of people. And the buildings.
Yeah. This doesn't seem like the kind of place people would actually live.
No soldiers, no Danans, not a soul to be seen. Yet look at these facades. This is clearly a Renan district.
Hey, check out that drawing on the castle gate. That's the Darkwing's crest. It's from an old Danan legend about a hero who defeated an evil king with a torch and their trusty owl. That's his crest. I'm sure of it.
Really? First time I'm hearing it. So if someone drew it on the gate...
It must mean the Renans have lost control of the city.
Are you suggesting the Danans rose up and defeated the Lord here? Hard to believe, but not entirely unthinkable, given the evidence.
Let's look around and see if we can find someone. They might be able to tell us what happened. This is horrible.
Is there truly no one here?
All of these ruins look like they were made pretty recently.
But if that's the case, then where do you think the people that used to live here went off to? There must have been Danans and Renans, right?
That's a good question. Even if the Danans rebelled and managed to overthrow the Renans here, there should still be some people around.
This debris... Do you think it could be the work of Renan Astral Arts?
Perhaps, but the appearance of these ruins is rather uniform, which leads me to believe otherwise.
Hey, Rinwell. That story you told us about the Dark Wings. It said that the evil king was vanquished with a holy flame, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Then there might be some truth to that old story after all. It looks like all the rubble here had been scarred by flames.
Let's not jump to any conclusions just yet. If we can find someone around here, we might be able to get them to tell us what happened. Dohalim, you forgot to take care of the fire yesterday.
What do you mean, take care of? Ah, yes. You meant to put it out?
Yep. If it stays lit, we could end up in real trouble real fast.
I see. I apologize for not realizing that. I shall be more careful in the future.
The way he's talking, it's like the thought of putting it out himself never even occurred to him.
Moving on, Dohalim, I should mention that the clasp for your cape is about to come undone.
Oh yes, I tried to fix that myself, but it simply refused to cooperate with me.
I can't believe I'm hearing this. Are you telling me Renans can't even dress themselves?
Lords like Dohalim have attendants that take care of just about everything they need, so I'm not surprised he sometimes struggles with the basics.
Even by those standards, you've got to admit this is still a little extreme.
Shion has got a point. I mean, you don't see Renans like her needing so much help to get stuff done.
In my case, circumstances forced me to learn how to be independent. Even so, I still think Dohalim could afford to pick up a few more self-sufficient skills.
Well, specifically speaking, what would you suggest that I learn?
For starters, I think it'd be good for you to learn how to dress. And put on shoes. How to comb your hair is equally important. And learning to manage your possessions better. And then from there,
She sounds like his mom rattling all that off.
Oh, and another thing. About your owl, Rinwell.
What is it?
When he starts to molt, would you be willing to give me his old feathers? I think I could find a use for them.
What do you intend to do with those?
Well, recently, I haven't been sleeping well. However, I hear pillows made from owl feathers are very comfortable and wish to make one.
This is why I hate you, Renans!
Did I say something offensive?
Next time, put your own needs aside for a second and think about how someone might react first. Then consider if it's worth asking at all.
Look, Hootle! One of your buddies!
What are those out in the valley? Windmills? They're huge.
They're most likely used to harvest wind astral energy, so they have to be big.
All of you, stop right there! Don't move!
They have us surrounded.
Who are you? Where did you come from?
You first! Show yourself!
I'm the one asking the questions here. Don't try anything funny. One wrong move, and I guarantee we'll blow you away.
What are you...
My name is Alphen. I came here from Calaglia.
Alphen? The wielder of the blazing sword?
Getting pretty famous, isn't he?
Here is my proof. Will that suffice? Or do I have to burn down one of those houses to make my point?
No need. I believe you. I'm Beifong, of the Darkwings. Sorry for threatening to blow you away. We're still hunting down the remnants of the enemy forces, so everyone's more than a bit on edge right now. Please forgive me.
Remaining? Wait, you mean you already took down the Lord of this realm?
That's right. We took her weapons and turned them right back on her.
Are you the Dahnan leader here in Niez?
Nah, I'm just one of the commanders. Deadheim's the one who runs the show. I'd be happy to take you to him. Just one problem. The Renans. Seems the rumors you were running with them were true. You do understand, right? I mean, we only just liberated the city from their kind. Everyone's short on trust. And for good reason. Especially Deadheim. I think it'd be best if those two waited outside.
Not going to happen.
I don't think it's a good idea for us to split up. It's too dangerous.
Then it's on your head, friend. Our base is that way.
You could have left me behind, you know.
This isn't just about you, Dohalim.
Ah, yes.
I guess even after you beat the Renans, your work's only really just begun, huh?
Yeah. This place seems like it's got a lot of issues to fix. Not this way, I guess.
So you're Elfin, are ya? Thought you'd be bigger. Huh. Guess the armor beefs you up a bit. You've got a lot of people talking, you know. But in this town, I call the shots. You play by my rules here. Just remember that. Gotta say, I didn't expect you to run with a gang of women and kids. Those other lords must have been real pushovers, huh?
Seriously? Are you this rude to everyone you meet?
Don't interrupt me, you brat. Didn't your parents teach you any manners?
What, you?
So you're the one who took down the Lord of this realm, huh? How'd you pull that off?
We just swiped the Renan's explosives. And then we blasted them all to hell and back.
Explosives? That's a pretty bold approach. But how'd you manage to avoid hurting your own people?
I didn't, that's how. But the chance to take out a lord was worth the sacrifice.
And the Lord? What did this sacrifice earn you?
Unfortunately, we couldn't manage to finish her off. But now we've really got the girl on the run.
She ran? A lord?
Yeah, the lady was just a coward. She had a whole lot more bark than bite, that's for sure. She's probably hiding off in a hole somewhere. But not for long. We'll find her and drag her right back into town. Then she'll get what's coming to her.
I wouldn't be so sure. She may run, but she'll never go quietly.
Shut up, Bright Eyes! I would have run you through already if you weren't with the blazing sword here.
The whole reason you're fighting is to free the Danans in this realm, is it not? If so,
Shut your
then—
mouth, witch! That's enough! If you're really fighting for us Danans, why keep these bastards around? Why haven't you killed them already?
I'm not going to kill these bastards.
Whoa. Is that the case, huh? Then tell me the point of the show.
They're my friends.
Friends? Renans are Renans. The scum-sucking bastards who've been draining our souls for 300 years now! But you know that. Maybe it's 'cause you and that little lady are friends and more.
Son of a... You'll pay for that!
That's enough! Deadeye, you know that was completely uncalled for.
All of you, get the hell out of my realm! And don't ever come back! This is Danan's realm and it's ours, understand? I call the shots here. And I make the rules. I do, Deadeye, leader of the Dark Way!
Yeah! Deadeye! Liberator Deadeye! You are the true leader of this realm! We're not afraid of any Bright Eyes!
It's only a matter of time before I throw every last Bright Eye out of this realm!
The Dark Wings! The Dark Wings rule!
Hey, wait up! Told you so, didn't I? You should have left your Renan pals outside.
You don't agree with him, do you? I could tell by the look on your face in there.
That's how things are with him. He loses his temper, then I step in and calm things down.
Better you than me.
If that's all, I think it's past time we were going.
Look, I just wanted to apologize for what Deadeye said in there.
At least somebody's got some manners around here.
He didn't used to be like that. But, well, that's what losing most of your loved ones will do to a man. He may never forgive the Renans.
It's a little ironic how indistinguishable his manner is to that of a lord.
Hey, Bayfon? Deadeye mentioned the Lord is still on the run. Any ideas where she might be?
We looked all over, but found no traces of her.
We heard some rumblings about activity in Estaluva Forest, but that's it.
Estaluva, huh?
Wait, you're not going after her, are you? Certainly won't win you any favors with Deadheim.
This isn't Deadheim's war, and we're certainly not fighting it for him. Besides, it's like Shion said, her type isn't going to go quietly.
Hey, it's your funeral. Don't say I didn't warn you.
We'll be sure to keep you out of it. Before we set out, though, is there anywhere around here we can rest?
Sure. Building at the end of the road, opposite side. It's all yours. We use it as temporary lodging, to house people who don't have a new place to live quite yet.
We're not going to run into any trouble there, are we?
Rumors of a certain fiery sword have spread fast. I doubt anyone will be eager to give you guys problems. And here's where I say my farewell. You're on your own, but good hunting.
Before you go, how come you don't hate the Renans as well?
Oh, believe me, I've got my bone to pick with the Renans. Just not with two of them I've never so much as laid eyes on before.
Let's head on over to that lodge. We'll figure out what our next move is there.
I get the feeling Deadheim signed up to be a rebel so he could have a roost to rule. Heck, he's no better than a lord. In some ways, he's even worse.
I know. How could he use explosives on his own people?
And yet, despite the toll of his actions, none of the Dahnans we've seen seem to question his assumed authority in the least. If anything, they may well consider him a hero, which would say a great deal toward how deeply they resented the Renans here.
Still, I don't think this is as simple as saying the good guys won out over the bad ones.
Yeah, I don't either. Deadeye might have managed to drive the Renans out of Niez, but that doesn't make the way he did it okay. No matter which way you look at it.
A victory that's earned by throwing away the lives of his own people? No, that isn't a victory at all. I can understand that the Dahnans here are standing up against their oppression, but that doesn't mean they have to humiliate all Renans just to settle the score.
I'm perfectly able to stand up for myself, Alphen. Besides, I'm used to it by...
But you shouldn't have to be, Shion. It's just... What I mean to say is, when you've been a slave for so long, it's easy to accept that's how it should be because it's all you've ever known. Constantly being belittled is no different. I don't think that's fair. For me or for you.
I just don't know, man.
Don't know what?
Deadeye managed to drive out a real live Renan lord. That's incredible. And he seems to have a lot of supporters surrounding him too. But he's got an attitude worse than any angry Zeugle. Plus, Niez is in utter ruins. I don't have a clue what his game is.
The Renans are powerful. And because of that, it takes a strong leader to have any hope of toppling them. However, when you take down one dictator only to replace them with another, ultimately it's just business as usual.
If it'd been Zephyr instead of Deadeye, I don't think things would have turned out like this.
Rinwell!
Yeah, I think so too. Zephyr did things differently top to bottom. He's not the kind of person who would have forced his own views or decisions on other people. When you do that, you're ruling over others, not leading them.
To be honest, I don't know what I would have wanted my dad to do if he was in that position.
Law.
The whole thing feels weird in a way. It's a weird kind of feeling, but at the same time, part of me also feels happy? Deadeye and my dad are two very different men. For now, I'm content knowing that.
The city is liberated, and yet the air still hums with fear and anxiety. It reminds me all too well of how Vicente once was.
Hums? You mean like music?
Yeah, none of this sounds like music to my ears. In fact, I've never seen any Dahnans with musical instruments in my life.
You don't need instruments to play music. It can emerge naturally from the sounds of people going about their day and the hustle and bustle of life.
You seem to care a lot about music, Dohalim. I didn't know that about you.
Have I not mentioned it? Before I was a candidate for the lordship, I had my heart set on the life of a musician.
You? A musician?
Indeed, music enriches the world around us. I trained day and night to hone my art. Words could not describe my bliss, as my notes carried with them the sights and sounds of nature, the ebb and flow of time, and the thoughts of people on the wind.
Dohalim.
Forgive me. My loquaciousness can get the best of me at times.
Don't apologize. It's interesting hearing what Renan culture is like.
Even though the Renans destroyed all of our arts and culture.
Personally, I was interested in the music of Dana as well. The fact that generations of lords deemed music to be of no use to their slaves and outright forbade the ownership of instruments is lamentable. Not that my words can undo the damage already done.
What's wrong? All right.
What the?
Hey.
Yeah!
Good.
All right!
Huh? I think someone's calling out for us.
They could have something they need from us.
Oh, yeah? How's this? Great!
Yes. Hey.
Good.
Really?
What?
Yes.
All right. Right.
Really?
What?
Huh?
All right.
Yes.
Over there.
Huh? Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Huh.
All right.
By the by, Shion, if you don't mind my asking, would you be willing to share what sort of clothes are currently in fashion on Rena sometime?
Sure. As long as you call me Captain.
Sir, yes, sir, Captain Shion.
I was just joking. Kinda has a nice ring to it, though.
I think there's someone in trouble here.
Well...
I see.
Oh,
Just great.
Excuse me!
Good.
That's some cryptic text, all right.
It could mean anything. Can't we just look around the area? For clues or something?
Hey, maybe these are supposed to be different locations?
Oh.
Finally. If only we could have flown with the wind to get here faster.
We should be able to cook here.
Not this way, I guess. Not this way, I guess. Not this way, I guess.
Yeah.
Looks like we made it. Here in one piece.
That Deadeye creep certainly has a few screws loose, that's for sure.
Forget that guy. Right now, we need to discuss how we're going to proceed.
What's there to discuss? Deadheim and his crew have already brought down the Lord here. Just let them finish her off.
I want to go after her.
I second that. I think it's the best thing to do right now. We don't know if the Darkwings have what it takes to beat her. I'm worried what'll happen if we leave her to her own devices.
You make a good point, Rinwell. And maybe I'm just being overconfident, but between us and them, I think we have a better chance at defeating her.
I have to agree. This realm isn't going to be truly safe as long as that Lord is still running around out there. We need to act.
Fine by me. But isn't Deadheim just gonna take all the credit once we're done?
Our job is to break down the walls that oppress Dana. What he chooses to build in their place, that's his problem. For now, we'll head to this Estaluva forest Bayfon told us about. Whatever we decide to do, though, we should take some time to rest first. We've barely stopped since Menancia. Where are you going?
Alphen.
You should get some rest. What's got you up at this hour?
Just let me be for a minute, okay? Why don't you go back to the inn?
I will when you do.
Have it your way.
Shionne. The Lord's days are numbered. I haven't forgotten our promise. You can trust me, you know. Maybe even lean on me a little. If you want.
And if I say I will you finally give it a rest?
Yeah, of course. Try to get some rest, okay?
What was all that about?
So we're just going to check things out, right? In whatever that forest is called.
Estaluva Forest. Next time, pay attention.
Got sand in my eyes!
The winds are strong here. Mind yourselves.
Ugh, even the inside of my mouth is all sandy.
Hootle, don't get blown away, okay?
The winds outside the capital are blowing as strongly as ever.
You can definitely see why people call this place the Valley of the Four Winds.
Indeed. Mahag Saar is the realm of wind, just as Ganeth Heros is for water.
Earth, water, fire, wind, light, and darkness. Rena is aligned to darkness, leaving each realm one element each.
Is that because some elements are easier to gather in certain areas than others?
That is certainly possible, but I suspect the biggest reason is to prevent the lords from squabbling over resources.
Funny. You would think infighting would come naturally to an elite class vying for a crown.
True, but the Renans rule as a minority. Fighting ourselves would just be destructive. Though, as you saw in Menancia, Any abstention from fighting is merely a facade.
In the end, you all get usurped whether you like it or not.
That may be true, but something tells me that this time is different.
We have to catch up to the Lord first if we want answers. Let's keep moving.
What is that ring of rocks over there for? They don't look like they formed naturally to me.
Oh yeah. Funny, I guess I've gotten used to weird rock formations. They didn't even register as being out of the ordinary.
Most likely, they were brought over by us Renans when we first invaded the planet.
Wait, those? So does that mean there's some kind of machine then? And if so, what in the world were they even used for?
To manipulate the properties of Dana's astral energy.
Really?
Think about it. Isn't it strange that the type of energy each realm collects is so fixed? Astral energy by nature isn't meant to skew towards one element or another so heavily.
So the Renans reformed it for the crown contest.
Sounds like the crazy thing a Renan would do.
Renans these days are more advanced than Danans in some ways, but even they don't seem capable of doing something on that grand a scale. Or is that something that's possible on Lenegis? Or maybe the Renan homeworld?
I can't claim to know everything about my own kind, but I myself have never seen anything that would be capable of such a drastic feat.
But at some point they did just that. Those are the sort of people we're up against. We should do our best not to forget that.
You're so amazing, Kisara. You can cook, you can fix weapons. I feel like there's practically nothing you can't do.
Maybe you should take a page out of her book and learn to make yourself more useful then.
I'd be happy to teach you if you want, Rinwell. I learned most everything I know from my brother.
Really? Even how to sew and do laundry?
Yes, indeed. He knew how to do anything.
Sounds like he was a pretty handy guy when he was alive.
He was. I'd always follow him around and badger him with questions. I was a real pain in the neck. Now that I think about it, he and Legil were the ones who taught me how to raise cats, too.
Legil is that woman who was with him in the Gold Dust Cats, right? I remember now. The one with the really pretty hair.
Funny you mention that. He also taught me how to maintain my hair. Not that those lessons stopped it from getting all tangled up during training.
I think it still looks gorgeous.
From what I can tell, it would appear as though the only thing he didn't manage to teach you was how to apply makeup.
No, but that didn't stop him from trying. He really wanted to teach me everything. Only reason he couldn't was because I prioritized my training.
And here I was trying to make a joke.
I can't tell if she's being serious. The only one here who knows him well enough was her.
Yeah, I guess only Miguel could have told us if it's actually true.
Oh?
Yes! Very nice.
Is that so? You don't say.
How?
I see.
Hey! Sure.
Nice.
Oh?
Very...
Well?
Yes! What?
What?
I don't believe...
All right.
No.
Sure.
Really now.
Yes! What?
What?
Very nice. Yes.
Well, that was a huge miscalculation.
Yet you've drained your glass all the same.
Alphen, have you been washing your clothes? It may not be my place to say this, but... frankly, they're starting to stink.
Now that you mention it, it has been a while since I did any laundry.
I'll wash them for you if you want. Just remember to give them to me the next time you get changed.
Oh, okay. Sure. Thanks, Kisara.
And, Law, Rinwell, yours are starting to look a bit ragged.
What do you expect? Of course they're going to tear up when we're out there fighting so much.
Yeah, but it's still kind of embarrassing, having it pointed out like this.
And Shion?
I wouldn't touch me if I were you.
Of course. My apologies. All I wanted to say was that your sleeves are getting a little bit dirty.
You don't need to worry so much, Kisara. It's only natural our clothes are gonna get a little dirty while we're traveling around.
That's no excuse. Your outward appearance says a lot about your inner well-being.
Now you've really set her off.
Suffice to say, it would appear that the traditions of the Guard are still alive and well within her.
What do you mean? What do the Guardsmen do that's so special?
Mostly, I'm simply referring to the fact that they're a very regimented and cleanly group of people.
Do I really sound that weird to you guys? Keeping your clothes clean and mended is completely normal to me.
Don't get us wrong. We appreciate the thought, Kisara. But we've got a long journey ahead. It wouldn't hurt to relax your standards. Just a little.
If you're sure. I wasn't trying to overdo it, I promise. However, if it's making the rest of you tense, I'll do my best to tone it down from here on out. Still, if everyone could bring their laundry and clothes they want fixed, that'd be great. I'll take care of it all for you guys tonight.
Don't you ever get tired?
I think Hootle senses something.